Hello, I'm Todor Pashko from MCAT Bulgaria, and in the next 20 or so minutes I will try to show what's the most important things, by my opinion, in Autodesk Inventor 2015. Of course, we will start with the improvements that are in the sketches. In sketches, there's a new constraint settings where you can show see which constraints can be done automatically by Inventor, or which constraints are can be relaxed. You will see in the next few minutes what that means, the relaxed mode in constraints. First of all, as you see, the lines, the commands are let's say look differently. They are arranged differently from the previous versions. Even the start new 2D sketch command is different right now. There are a few let's say minor changes. As you can see, when I pass through near a work plane, you can see all the you can see its name. The way that the constraints are showing is different, a little bit bigger than the previous version. I think it's better right now in the 2015. You can I will show you can create, of course, line, but after that you can activate the relax mode, or that means the relax mode. That means that let's say you suppress all the constraints that are already in your sketch, and with the new movement of the geometries or the new dimensions, you delete all the constraints. That means all the constraints that Inventor put automatically, you can just delete them by the new constraints you create, without searching for the constraints that are so you don't need to search for conflicting constraints. Just turn on the relax mode and change whatever you want. Inventor will delete the conflicting geometries. And of course, there is a button with which you can turn on or turn off this relax mode. It's F11. The next little thing improving the productivity in the sketch command is that Inventor right now will extend your some of your complex geometries, like this arc, for let's say for some purpose, like receiving an intersection point like this. So you don't need to extend by yourself this geometry. Just the new Inventor 2015, it's doing this for you without creating actual geometry. Okay. The next thing that we were expecting for a long time ago, it is the direct modeling. First of all, as you know, as I said in the first sketch part, there is a new look of model environment. Some of the commands are in sub menus or stuff like, or in other places. It is easier. I'm sure you will like it. So the thing that I will show you is direct modeling. It's very easy. It's of course based on the capabilities that Autodesk Fusion provides you in the past, and of course in the present. It's absolutely similar functionalities. You can select faces, extend them, you can create geometry constraints, like I will show you right now with this let's say lower part of this main body. It just said that this plane is snapped to the lower part of our main body, and of course all of these changes are like new features in the browsing menu. You can select holes, you can select fillets, and just by dragging or entering the correct distance, you can change their dimensions, just like this. And yet, as you can see on the left, this is IPT file, so it's a natural Inventor file. Of course, this kind of things can be done also in with other type of files, like this type of file is SolidWorks file. It can be, of course, edit like this. Just select the geometry you want to change, and right now I didn't change the I changed the size. I didn't change the length or something, or the width. I just changed the size. Of course, it can be done with other parts of this not a natural Inventor part. It's very easy, as you can see, and of course everything it's history based, parametric based, so you can use all the capabilities you have used in a normal Inventor part, let's say, just like this. Of course, you can change this kind of more complex geometries without any question. As you can see, Inventor moved also the fillets. I'll show now the rotate command. It's also part of the direct modeling command. You can rearrange things like hole pattern. Of course, you have to choose all of the holes. The selection is like AutoCAD selection, from the right to left. Everything that goes a little bit in this selection, it enters in the selection, and on the left to the right, everything that goes full in this selection. As you can see, it's very easy. Just select the geometry you want to rotate or to move or to resize, and drag or enter correct dimensions, and everything goes in the future, in the history, in the future browser. Okay, so the next thing I will show you is very useful for let's say more design approach of your parts. It's called, I called it free modeling, because for me it's very free modeling. I'm not a designer, but I'll show you how to design a very complex in terms of shapes part. Of course, I told you I'm not a designer, so it will be not perfectly it will not look so great, but I'll show how to build something that in the previous versions in Inventor would took me about maybe hour or two to create some sort of this kind of part. There are of course we first have to create a base, something like a base solid, which we will later try to mod to design something from it. You can drag or move or edit nodes, edges, and whole cells from this base model. Like this. Of course, I helped myself by creating a symmetry between some of the parts of my solid. As I told you, I'm not a designer, so it will not look so great. You can create, of course, for a base box, sphere, torus, a quadruple, which is something like every part of it can be moved separately, and as you can see, I will create some kind of a can. It will not be so great looking, but it's something that I'm sure it was very hard to create by using the standard Inventor features. Alright, something like this. Here, as I told you can select and edit every part of this detail. Choose something like this, edit form. As you can see, the type of work is very free. It's very easy. Just select and drag some kind of geometry. You can always create a symmetry between geometries. You can let's say when you drag one part, the symmetrical part from the other on the other side will move at the same with the same distance. As I told you, you can create box, cylinder, sphere, torus, and quadruple. There are other options here, of course. In free modeling, you can add additional edges. Of course, these edges you can use them for after that for controlling the smoothness. You can create bridges between two solids. You can create you can match the edges, and of course creating, as I told you, symmetry. Alright, of course you can always use this solid, the ones you just edit. You just edited. You can always use it with traditional Inventor parts modeling features. Let's say fillet between the handle of the can and the body of the can, like this. Of course, you can use other options like split, like combine, like whole. Everything for every command that is every command that is that was used in normal part modeling in Inventor. I will just let's say design a little bit more in this can. Nothing more special, just to show you that this free-form design can be used in combination with the normal Inventor commands. I create shell, something like this. Of course, as I told you, I'm not a designer, so maybe it's not so nice design. This can is not very good design, but you can always try it. As you know, you can download Inventor 2015 from Autodesk site, autodesk.com/inventor, and you can of course download it from the students site, Autodesk Inventor, students.autodeskinventor.com. You can always download it from there and try the new features. Alright, just like this. A few additional modeling commands, nothing so special. Okay, of course you can always go back. And edit the freeform. Of course, we double click just like it's a normal feature after all, like shell or like fillet. It's absolutely normal feature. Let's see, just let me drag this point right like this. As you can see, the other additional geometries are rotating this let's say area of the geometry of the solid, and of course that's a freeform modeling. It's very like this. All right. So that's all for these free modeling tools. They're very useful. That extends the capabilities of Inventor, so you can create absolutely free form with a product that is based. Its base intention was to create mechanical parts. Right. The next few new enhancements will be for in sheet modeling. They are not very big. They are small enhancements, like you now can window select the centers of the punch, of the bushings of the punch tool. You can cut across, bend these bushings, something that was only available in the cut command, like this. Let me just change the size so it would be smaller, like this. This I told you, this option was only available in the cut command, so it was strange that it wasn't available in the punch tool command. Right now it's available. Okay, one more thing here. You can select which is the finite side, or the side that your sheet metal will create the flat pattern. Or, of course, in our cases it doesn't matter very much, but there are some kind of there are a few designs that it needs to show which is the A side of your flat pattern, so you can choose it right now. You can rotate the flat pattern. Of course, you know that you can done this in the previous version. You can do this in the drawing, but now right now you can create this previously in the modeling environment. Some enhancements in assembly, in the assemblies. There are a new type of constraint that's called Symmetry. You can use it for of course a symmetry constraint, so a similar distance from a working plane. I'll show you with these two motors how can this be in help. So there are two motors which are divided by which are divided by this work plane. So there is the first the symmetry constraint. I select the two planes that will be used, and of course let's say something like a mid plane between them. As I told you in the first place, when you select or move around a working plane, there is a you can see its name, which is very useful. So when I enter 100 millimeters distance from this mid plane, the other motor also moved 100 millimeters from the mid plane. There are some additional options in the join command. Right now you can you have additional two options for selecting the contacting, let's say, geometries. The first options I will show you can create a virtual connection point between two parallel faces or planes. The other option is offset origin. I will show you right now with this in this assembly. First, of course, join command, and I will show you which point we will contact from the first part. This part here, this one. So that's the contacting point, and the second contacting point is not the midpoint of this face. It's 250 millimeters to the left from this point. As you can see, we have two origins, two axes that we can move from. And right now I moved, as I told you, 250 millimeters from the center point of this upper face. It's very useful. In the previous versions of Inventor, we had to use two commands or two constraints to create such a joint between these two assemblies. The next thing I will show you is a little some enhancement in the frame generator. Now you can delete half of the end treatment, not the whole. That means the part that you're in, or the part that you're in, it only it's cutting or it's meter or whatever that it's done between the two parts will be deleted. So the second part will not change. The other thing that is, of course, it's not very big, is that you can let's say call or reuse a part, use a frame from previously created frame or member. Just select the one you want to use, and Inventor will find in the library which profile you used. There are a few additional enhancements in drawing in the drawing environment. Right now they are not so big, but they can be helpful. First of it is that you can edit the balloons, whatever, from every of their part. The next little things are enhancements in creating part list. As you know, there are when you place a part list in the drawing, if you change the item, then the item the changes didn't reflect on the drawing in the part list. Right now there is an auto sort on update, so if it doesn't matter if you have already placed the part list or not. Just change. I'll show you that. I just changed some of the position, the name of the item, right, like this. And when it's placed, Inventor did not change them, but right now it changes, of course, based on the item. So it's something that can help you really well. The next thing I will show you is something that was very hard to achieve in older versions of Inventor, separating a part list. In the previous versions I had a lesson about that. It was a little bit harder to achieve. First you have to suppress some of the parts you don't want to use in this part list and other stuff, of course. Right now there's option in Inventor that it's very useful. As you can see, the part list is one feature in the browser. Right now I will cut my I'll cut my part list somewhere, it doesn't matter. And as you can see in the browser on the left, the part list now is based it contains two parts. One of course is the main, and the other one is the second part. Of course you can drag and drop it somewhere else in some other sheet. Every of course there are one part list, but just part of this part list. Of course the new part list can have different options. You can rename it, you can remove the part list title, or even you can add additional columns. So that's all for Inventor 2015. There are more other new enhancements, of course, but that's enhancements that I think are the most important ones. If you have some question, you can always write us email.